Like you jump on the red ones and like everything just disappears, man. Is it just pure memorization? I mean, it looks like it's timed too. I have no idea what this stupid ass shit is, man. I spent $1 bazillion on a game and then have puzzles that only one man knows anything about. The man who made them. I mean, I guess the green ones add diagonals. And the red ones take off non-diagonals. I mean, I get the rules, but eventually should be able to figure it out, but it'll just be a pain. They're just not even fun, man. Like, even if you get them quick, you're just like, okay.
Wofford well.
They're just kind of like a silly distraction, man.
I have the antiviral utility.
Just remember what I told you. This stuff will prevent the Ripper from doing his long-distance number on you, but the Ripper can still kill you if you let him or her get too close to you. If you change your mind.
Okay.
ISIS well. Virtual Herald. Weapon 1.
Oh, we do need to talk to her again. Now that we know the photo's fake. I think it being your girlfriend would be a bit more neat. But they would need some other person trying to kill people or something. That's what I mean. If there's like a double, if it's like randomized, that's just lame. She might just be a red herring.
Not now, Quinlan.
Oh, she doesn't care about the proof. Gotcha. Don't know how we get in Magnata's apartment. It doesn't even let me mess with this.
I know this image of Eddie is a fake.
You're full of shit, Quinlan. I had a half a dozen angels working our girl's head with Tanaka synopticons.
I ran it through an imaging program. Came up with 7 instances of image falsification.
I bent the rules a little. What do you care?
I don't think you bent the rules. I think I heard him snap.
I'll rewrite the damn rules if that's what it takes to nail Eddie.
Well, if it's another frame job, I'm gonna have to run it in the Herald.
Oh, please don't. Not the Herald.
That's cute. Cute. You're gonna need all that cute stuff when I run my story. Because with no badge and no bounty, you're gonna need something. A front page story is probably gonna free Eddie. And it's gonna cost you a shot at the Ripper bounty and probably cost you your badge.
Some fuck like you thinks he has me by the balls. All right, Quinlan. You want to quit a bust? Fine. He's out. That's on your conscience. He strikes again. Won't be long, Quinlan. This case will be closed. Not long at all.
I didn't even get to see Falconetti in jail, man. Just right back to what he's doing, man.
So, Magnata tried to frame you with the picture.
I hate owing people a favor. I guess I owe you one. So does that clear me?
Well, I'm not too sure, Eddie. See, this frame job makes Magnata look bad, too. I mean, either one of you could be the Ripper. So until I know, why don't we all just play it by the book? You know, Eddie, you're the most likely suspect.
You think so?
Well, it's either you, a cop, or a respected surgeon.
Looks bad, don't it?
You got the temperament.
I'm a nasty guy.
And the expertise.
The knives. Don't forget the knives.
Yeah. Looks pretty bad.
You're making me nervous with all these questions, Quinlan. Big trouble for you. I see my name in the papers.
Big trouble for you. Just take a knife to the back. Love this fucking nerd, man. What's he even doing?
I've been reading your clips in the Herald.
Oh, we're reading your clips on the hat. Shut the fuck up. Might have to go talk to his girlfriend again since we found out from our dude's boss.
Nothing here.
That she was faking her resume or some shit. One of the whatever it was. What even were we like comparing handwriting on, man? I don't even know.
The stage.
I got just Falconetti's room is the second room. What else is even there, man? I'd love to go back to her apartment, but we can't. That's probably where we get the code for the bank thing. I assume it'd be the numbers in the room. Figure like XLI was 1. At least we're moving along, man. Well, they are dragging it out a bit. All this fucking random crap you gotta go do to Get little pieces. I mean, they could just give it to you. It's literally just excuses to go do more mini games. Alright, game strong suit, so.
Don't lose faith, Quinlan. We're making real progress. And we're getting close to that picture of the Ripper.
Nothing. She doesn't care about all that. I need to know her fucking, you know, password, but whatever. How do we even get into Magnata's apartment at this point? It doesn't even let me mess with it. I don't have any items or anything.
Watch your step around.
I guess we have to, like, guess. Or maybe we have to show her that he's free? Have to go back up here again and talk to her. Or something. Imagine how short this would be if you could skip scene walking animations. Well, we probably would have finished it yesterday, man. I would not be surprised if it would cut half the time off. I mean, if you did all the puzzles all natural, you could be here for a fucking week. This is just madman rambling shit.
Not now, Quinlan.
He's got nothing. You're having a bad time. Uh-oh. Go to the morgue just to see it. Otherwise we're running out of options. There's either a hidden code for her left somewhere. Now, can we not go to the morgue? Huh. Cool. I don't know how to get in Magnata's apartment. Am I just supposed to look at this and be able to figure out security on it just by looking? Oh yeah. Fun stuff, huh? Like maybe I'm just supposed to look at this and then figure out how, like what direction to go with the numbers from here. Does it make sense? Cool. Sounds good. I have no idea what any of this is. We don't have much left. Things to do right now. What's up, Bradless? Hello, other people too. Thank you for the host. Made it just in time for us to be stumped again. Or out of things to do. Oh, like a pixel hunt? Nice. Say it ain't so, man. There's been quite a bit of story and dialogue today, and we've just been very liberally using guides to get through this shit. Very stupid puzzles that I don't want to spend the rest of my life on. Right now I don't even know if there is a puzzle, or if I'm supposed to be looking at some weird info I don't know about. I figure her code would be tied to the numbers in her room, but we can't go to her room right now. And Magnata's apartment, I don't know, man. Yeah, we should finish this today, though. Let's see if we get anything else started today. Probably not. This one's been funny, man, at times, but you just gotta wade through the shit. We'll see how it ends. Right now, it's do not recommend, but.
Watch your back, Quinlan. The closer you get to the killer, the greater danger you're in.
Unless you're attached to a guide, which is not something I say often, that's for sure. I tend to... Not usually a big fan. But this one is just... Everything's so slow. It just kills any enjoyment from the FMVs. And the base story's not like that crazy. They make a bunch of different people seem equally suspicious so that they can like randomize the finale. I don't know if on the first playthrough it's randomized, but apparently there's like, according to the manual, alternate scenarios. So since it's just like modular or whatever. Modular is the word I was like, I don't know why I said compartmentalized before. Kind of makes some of the hints and stuff going forward, it's not as meaningful. What's up, Sin? Trying to remember the last number on in her apartment. I feel like there's 229s. Last one was supposed to be mirrored, but then you'd have to mix and match them and all that shit. They might not even let you do it right now. That's the thing though, is they might require you to have info from something you can't even go to anymore. I wouldn't put it past them. Just be odd. Might be something you have to wait till the end. She might have to give it to you once you get enough info or some shit. Well, the only thing I can imagine right now is Magnata's apartment, but I can't even tell if this is a puzzle right now. It sure looks like one, but I can't interact with anything. Unless it's just visual information here. And I'm supposed to somehow like convert that into something to press on the buttons next to this. Oh, gee, you're really cool and important. Oh yeah, you had somebody redeemed one on your behalf like 5 days ago. So Elegy's really cool and important. There's that one cashed in. Yeah. It was Outcast. Goto? You play this game or using a guide? Only if I absolutely have to. Like I said, I don't like to. But when the things are total bullshit, it's probably for the best. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. 6. I'm trying to... Like, this looks like it's a huge puzzle that you'd be able to manipulate, but... There's nowhere to click, so like, maybe it's just information? Thing is, there's 8 buttons on the pad. There's not 8 things here, so... I'm not quite sure. might be I need to just come back later and mess with it, but they rarely show you things you can't do right away. But they might just decide they are. Should you have a hidden message in here too? I understand I'm getting sloppy. I have my notes on my watch. Maybe that's back at the newsroom? That wasn't very informative. I already messed with this, man. Well, I don't see some kind of device here. I mean, I'd imagine she'd already have done it. Unless it's like on her person there. I could go ask Paul Giamatti, see if there's anything there, but yeah. We've seen this. It's been here since the beginning and I already used it. There's like an extra code within or something. But knowing this game, I mean, it could just be pulling anything out of its ass for this code. I would put I guess if I was putting money down on anything, that the code would be related to those numbers we saw in her apartment, but we can't get to her apartment right now, which is odd. Because if that was the clue to figure it out, do you think we'd be able to? Because there's nothing like stopping us.
Virtual Dynamics Operating System.
Exit cyberspace. Falconetti's well.
Although I guess if it was her mother, maybe it's tied to some kind of number involving her mother's death? Josie? Josie's not 6 letters. I mean, if you turn Josie into alphabetic... alpha... numbers... Whew, I need to call my apartment complex. See about getting some work done on the AC, man. It's been... I don't know. I mean, we're having a heat wave or heat warning, whatever, heat advisory, but could just be that these AC units just can't handle it. But I've been losing sleep. It's gotten hot enough, and this shit's always running, so it's getting expensive. Last month bill was big. Yeah, if I did Josie, it would be like 10, 15, 19, 9. It's way too long. 5. Oh yeah, get that humidity. Yeah, it says it's supposed to cool off next week, but I don't know. I mean, if I can get them to check this. I mean, if they come back and they say, hey, that's just how it is, that's how these work, then okay. But if I can get them to like improve it, I mean, that would be less that has to be turned on. I'm gonna actually leave them. I don't know. I just got host. I probably shouldn't. I gotta take a small break. Not yet. I will in a bit here. don't think we have anything related to numbers here. I don't know what this fucking means. Now he's got the most annoying sound effects. Yeah, we'll see. My air conditioner hasn't turned off in like 2 weeks. So. Bit much.
Exit cyberspace.
I don't think there's any other cyberspace areas I need to go to.
Antiviral well. Wofford well.
We could go to the Wolfen one. Now that we've got all the weapons, but I think I've been there since then.
Wofford well.
You don't have me.
All right. Well. Slowly make my way through the office. Imagine this guy just slowly turning around and trying to make sense of where he's going. Ridiculous. I think we already tried talking to him. How many options then? We must have to solve something.
I've been reading your clips in the Herald. You're a gutsy news hound, I gotta give you that much.
Get another beer from this guy. No, we got nothing. Nothing. He gave us a new one. Poured it all over the bar. I mean, I don't think we could, like, figure out the code from Magnata's office. There must be some info that you could just glean off of reading his electrical panel outside.
Watch your step around Magnata. He can smell that bounty money.
I mean, at least they give you the mercy of limiting the amount of areas you can go to when you move this slow. But doesn't help that much. If it's like a code we were supposed to remember from her before, I might have to ask if that one's bullshit or not. So we're not. I mean, if it's some info I've forgotten, then I mean, we're not gonna find it again.
Won't be long, Quinlan. This case will be closed. Not long at all.
Later, dude. I thought maybe if I pressed some buttons and then came back over here, something would change, but it seemed like it. Quality stuff, man. Maybe there's some magazines here we can use.
Nothing here. Doesn't look like there's anything I can do here. It must just be the bank or Magnata's. Jodo. What's the deal with Magnata's, man? Can I even do this right now? Where's my bullshit rating? It just looks like I'm able to interact with the left side, but it might purely be info. Am I just too used to the bullshit? I'm reading too hard into it? Let me see if we can figure it out then. Do 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 do. We want to get to this as the end goal. I don't know if I'm just supposed to assume that the X's are like 1 through 8 or something else. Got the 4 on the right, which I guess means something. Just to start with the 4. Yeah, I'm just not seeing it. Too deep in. What about the bank one? I feel like that might be later. I assume it's tied to the apartment numbers we saw. I'm not sure if I have to remember that from back then. There's a code you have to put into the bank. It's just a simple code for the chick's safe. I don't know if it's like some bullshit or something. But clearly we can solve this. What is it? It'd just be weird to not be the numbers at our apartment, but I don't know the order, and since we can't go back there, I feel like it's not right. Might have to do this first and wake her up. And then maybe she'll give it to us or something, or we go back to the apartment. We'll start with this. If I can see what's going on. I mean, maybe it's the amount of fucking things hanging off of each of these. No, there's multiple that just have 5. I don't know what the colors are for. Every puzzle has an annoying beep in it. It's really good. Make it as mind-numbing as possible. Four coming off that. 5, 4. I don't know how that translates into like 8 buttons. Unless it is just 1 through 8. I mean, they've pulled that quite often. Everything's just numbers. But then why not just have it 1 through 8 at that point? Danger, danger. It's like you start at the top left and it's all about moving like directions, which would be weird. That won't even work. I like have to add up to something. Down. 8. Unless you just start from the first one and then go in like directions, like down and back up and right. If you imagine you started from the 4, I guess it'd just be down. But I mean, what's with the numbers though? It wouldn't make sense to be down. Up. Right. Up. Yeah. Up. Right. Up. Up. Need one more. No idea. Maybe set the minus until you get to like 0 from 32. Then where do you start? I mean, how does it translate into 8 numbers unless it's just directions? It don't have to be set free yet, as long as you don't think it's bullshit. I might just be too lost in the fucking shit with this game. Might be reading into too much bullshit, maybe it's just very simple. I mean, there's some simple stuff in this, it's just that there's some arcane shit. Well, I just don't know if the X's are numbers, if they're just places to start and then you go directions, and that's the problem. I'm expecting something cryptic and maybe it's getting in the way. If you just have to like bring it down to 4 or 0 or something. That's one thing, but I don't know how to start. If you see me like starting with like 32, and then you're like adding and then subtracting until you can get it down to 0, and then like you have to pick one of the X's to start with and then go in that direction, that'd be one thing, but like, where do you decide which X to start? Go for it, man. Oh, go for it. If you think you got it, go for you. All divisible by 4. 2 to okay, 6, 4. I'll just write them on a little pad just to be able to look at them, just in case. 2, 6, 4, 8, 1. I assume there'd be an order too there. So if you sit, okay, I mean 226 481. Yeah, you probably got. That's probably what we're after. Divisible by 4, and then I gotta find, because it's not just gonna be top left. You know, like in a row with all these lines. Surely, I mean, I could go try it for shit. It was just top, just rows? It was just rows? What the fuck were the lines for? And the pluses and the minuses? What were they for? To be bullshit? The set dressing, there's pluses and minuses. They even had like a little 4 on the side. It's like some kind of key. Yeah, I was getting too lost in the shit. Yeah, because that's what I was doing. It's just like looking through, I was like, oh, you know, like it's one of those puzzles where it's like, you know, you have the big number and you have to subtract and add with a set number of steps until you hit 0 or something. Yeah. See, there's been too much cryptic bullshit. Well, glad we had Elegy here. They did it. They solved it for us. Took Godot's glory. That's what I like to see. It's just silly. And the puzzles we've had before this are so open to interpretation that it's mind-boggling. Like, it's like no, like it's the kind of puzzle that you pretty much have to just go through like 1,000 different possibilities until you get to the one they want. They have very little boundaries when it comes to like kind of pushing your thinking, and it's usually very silly. There's a lot of like stuff you can just interpret it in a lot of different ways. There's a lot of like just wordplay kind of shit. And there's one where we had to match titles of books to like sentences, and it was just bizarre. There's a lot of just wonky shit. I guess it's too easy to get kind of caught up in all that. I don't know. Godo solved it. Godo did it. What are all these for? We are in Christopher Walken's house right now. Clarence. Oh, here's his rig. Where's the RGB? Well, he really doesn't like this guy, man. Spunk. XXX. Fucking pizza over here. That it? I just came in here for the fucking journal. Oh, this is her journal. Oh, I guess he has some of it. Convinced the secret to the Ripper is somewhere in this game. Yeah, we know about this. What? It's supposed to be like a hint as to how to open her safe? Fucking cares, man.
The stage is set. The roles are cast.
I don't want to have to hear this
for
whole
the next
thing.
game of Ripper. Let the mystery begin. These will be my last game master note.
Maybe this just opens a flag for us. I mean, I could have a listen to it, but man, I don't really want to. Really long. If I'm looking for some kind of cryptic code through it that she would use for her safe pin, why would she use something derived from like somebody's like D&D session as her bank pin? Would be kind of stupid. Let's go. Let's go tell Christopher Walken that we broke into his apartment. I'm sure he'll like that.
Watch your step.
Guess we could go talk to everybody. Just like it doesn't really matter. Like that's all we got there. I mean, I guess we know he has like the means to kill now because he has like a chair there or whatever. But I mean, I'm sure he could just jack into the net anywhere. I don't. Who knows? Maybe we could go talk to his girlfriend, the main characters. That could be a thing. Now that we've got that, we might be able to get some more info from her, because that is part of her journal. So, but we didn't get to talk to her about her last journal. So,
You know, I know about that Ripper game.
All right, what do you want, a Pulitzer? I suspect Eddie and Burton as much as I suspect you. You think I don't lie awake all night wondering why I can't cage this criminal? On top of that, I could end up being the next one, with my guts spilled on the floor.
Why didn't you come clean with me in the first place?
With you and 10 million readers. We could have a real intimate relationship, you and I. Won't be long, Quinlan.
he's so bad in this, but it's great. He's had some like really bad delivery. I mean, it's probably just a bunch of bullshit dialogue to him. Yeah, it's actually him. Let's go try and talk to Doctor, and then we'll go talk to Giamatti. And we'll see after that. Talk to Carrie Allen or whatever. Slowly, very slowly, we'll get there eventually. I'm waiting to discover like a button that lets me like skip the cutscenes, even though escape is what skips the dialogue. There's like a hidden button, like I just hit like a home or something, right?
Not now, Quinlan.
Okay. Guess not. Well, we'll go and see if the GF has something for us. I can't believe the lines and the plus and the minus and all that are just bait. Ridiculous. The game decides to finally do something simple, and then it's not simple because of all the bait. I suppose that was all that was in Walken's house, or his apartment. Okay, Paul. Slowly make my way across the room. I have to go in completely nonsensical order here.
Don't lose faith, Quinlan. We're making real progress, and we're getting close to that picture of the Ripper.
The virtual world is very loud. I apologize for that. Not much to be done. The sound balancing in this game is fucking horrible. Even after I tried fiddling with it. We could skip those, but those are funny. Nothing. Okay. She doesn't really care about us. Maybe finding out about her. The rest of her journal. So Goto said the safe password was kind of bullshit. What's this? Something going on. Just let me click it this time for some reason. You can click this at like the beginning of the game, but it has very little value.
The stage is set.
I'll listen to it.
Roles are cast for the next game of Ripper. Let the mystery begin. These will be my last game master notes for Ripper. Magnata, Claire, Mendler, Stephanie Jordan, Estevez, Josie Dorset, and myself were playing. This is the final game. It began like any other.
It's on near free. If I don't find me a tough soon, I'll be on my feet all night.
Be careful, Marie Kelly. The Ripper is still at large.
It's been 3 weeks since he struck. Doc Annie heard that he killed himself. They pulled a body from the Thames. Cut his own throat, he did.
Believe that if you want. I'm going to Spiderfields. Find a pub, a little rum.
The night is too cold for a lady.
You're looking for a go then, are you? What's in your bed?
Something you won't like.
No!
Without warning, the simulation had become reality, and the death was real.
I've lost her. She's flatlining. Who was playing Mary Kelly?
It's Josie. She and I switched.
Who are you?
It's me, Claire.
No! Who the fuck did this? How did this happen? How could this have happened?
We never learned the answer to that question. The Ripper had claimed his hunting ground, and now those who played that game must live in fear of when the Ripper will next strike.
Didn't grab much from that, unless the kill order is what he listed at the beginning in reverse or some shit, which means very little for us. And the only thing that ever seems suspicious in that is just him talking about it after the fact. But like I said, since it's just kind of like modular, I mean, I don't know if it really matters much. Let's make a save before we pick the killer. Hello, hello. Oh, nothing there. I'm guessing we have to do the bank then. Maybe those numbers at the beginning don't have a point? Maybe it's something I can walk around with? Could have said this was kind of bullshit. I mean, it might be a cryptic puzzle thing, but it's not something we have all the info to right here. I mean, it might be hidden away, but... Let me go to the... Let me check the names here. If I have to like remember like a certain person's like maiden name or some weirdness, I mean, that won't be easy. There's no like chat log in this, so any kind of info like that.
Virtual Dynamics Operating System.
Exit cyberspace.
I just want to go to the Virtual Herald.
Falcon Eddie's well. Weapon 2. Weapon 1. Virtual Herald.
Shouldn't actually be useful. Morgue man murdered. It could be random numbers in her home. It could be like her mother's maiden name or first name or something, like turned into, you know, numbers. It could be another silly fucking code hidden in a arbitrary paragraph of her journal.
The stage is set, the roles are cast for the next game of Ripper. Let the mystery begin. These will be my last game master notes for Ripper. Magnata, Claire, Mendler, Stephanie Jordan, Estevez, Josie Dorset, and myself were playing. This is the final.
Josie Dorset? You can't turn those into numbers, really. I mean, you can, but not with the 6-digit code. It's your girlfriend's. I don't remember her names. Or names. He has, I guess, a couple because of the maiden name or whatever. What is even his girlfriend's name? Claire? I think it was Claire, right? Everybody always just calls her his friend, his girlfriend, and stuff like that.
Can't get enough, can you, Quinlan? If I knew who the Ripper was, I'd give him up just to get rid of you.
Why, does that change anything?
Do you know anything about a Jack the Ripper VR role-playing game?
Yeah, I remember that one. One of the first virtual multiplayer games. Wildly popular for about a year. Lousy performance, clunky graphics, but great gameplay.
No, it's a role-playing game, so people pretend to be Jack the Ripper?
You played Jack or a police inspector or one of the prostitutes he murdered. There were dozens of scenarios. A company called Warp Space designed it. It's funny. As successful as that game was, they just pulled it off the market, never re-released it. They archive a lot of this stuff at well-addressed Warp.
Seems strange.
Companies usually squeeze everything they can out of their successful titles. But Warp Space re-released everything except this one title. Something must have happened.
Yeah, I'm sure that's how they figured out how to blow people up from afar.
Did Falconetti ever play this Ripper game?
He was crazy for it. Big Jack the Ripper nut. In fact, I played it with him and his friends on one occasion.
Right. Were two of them named Claire Burton and Vincent Magnata?
Doesn't ring a bell. But there were 8 of them playing the Ripper game all the time. Men and women. I only met them all in person once. Usually I just met their data angels in the Ripper game space. Everyone had C-space handles like Balfour and Victoria.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm. I thought so. I've been reading your clips in the Herald.
I've been reading your clips. Can I go talk? Can I go to the game creation place? Is that online, maybe?
I mean, I imagine maybe the key to like finding out how they blow people. What was it? They put a code into your internal matrix or some shit that causes your body pressure to change and then makes you explode. I'm assuming maybe that was discovered through the game. But how do we even go find that out? Maybe I can go talk to Falcon Eddie. Nice and loud.
Can't get enough, can you, Quinlan?
I mean, everybody could have something to say about this info. I can talk to Burton, I can talk to Magnata, so... Might as well go do the deal. Problem is, it's not quick to test this kind of thing out. I mean, this is something you would do in any point click. You have some kind of reason to assume that now that you've done this thing and it ties to these characters that a flag's been raised. But this game, it takes 10 hours to go to test those things instead of like a couple minutes. He hopes you get something from it, but we'll see.
Won't be.
Oh. Maybe that's just bonus. I'll talk to Burton. I haven't had as much to say to her lately. Or maybe the girlfriend. Maybe she knows the deal, the lowdown. I mean, the big roadblock right now is her safe. What was the number we used for her decoder earlier? Maybe that's what it is. Do you guys remember that? Was that 6 digits? I guess I could check the paragraph. Would she just reuse her password? Yeah. Here we are. 2 hours later.
Don't lose faith, Quinlan.
I'm losing faith, Paul. Great. It seems like a big deal to me because now we have like a possible theory as to like how they discovered the exploding body trick. Do you think it'd be at least for some investigative journalist enough to go off of just to start asking people shit? He's asked quite a bit less, so... Gotta be getting close though. I know there's only 3 acts and we've been on act 3 for a bit. Imagine that we have the weapon to kill it, we have the protection. We just need to go to the place and finish up whatever.
Not now, Quinlan.
Imagine evidence stuff there is. Okay, nothing there. Let's double check Magnata's. It's possible I missed something. Clarence. Luckily there hasn't been many pixel hunts. I'll definitely give the game that. I feel like they could have done a lot more in this place, but whatever. Maybe he knows about why the Ripper game didn't doesn't mean he just knows things, he's a news guy. Okay, guess not. We'll go online and ask. Possibly anybody. I just feel like that's a thread that'd be interesting to pull on, but I guess they don't think so.
Exit cyberspace. Weapon 3. Antiviral well.
We've been to Berman Incorporated yet? I don't know if we have. Maybe that's coming up.
Kane's well. Isis well. Kane's well. If you change your mind about catching the Isis well. Virtual Herald. Warp space.
Warp space. No idea. Warp space. This is new. I must have the code somewhere.
Weapon 1. Weapon 2. Falconetti's well. Exit cyberspace.
What was the name of the game company that guy mentioned?
I've been reading your clips in the Herald.
I'd have no idea on this one. Is this bullshit? Because if it is something that was already mentioned in a like voice conversation, I can't even go back. The warp space well password to get into it. Jack the Ripper. Maybe warp space is the finale.
Gambit Nelson when you go to see him. Cafe de Jumps to get it. Detective Brandon will send you to Hammam. Detective Brandon.
I've been reading your clips in the...
Watch your step around Magnata. He can...
Which one was Detective Brandon? Yeah, that might be like later on, I don't know. I don't even remember some of these people's names. I wish they would like have their names on the screen when you talk to them. Cause like they'll mention some people's names once and then every time you talk to them, you don't talk. I guess he Gambit Nelson. Well, I don't know if I'm supposed to have it yet. I don't know if it'll skip something. Yeah, I mean, I have to input it, of course. I just don't know if I have it. I don't know if it was something that the guy at the bar said. I don't know who Hammam and Gambit Nelson exactly are. I think the guy I was talking to was Gambit Nelson, but who's Hammam? Maybe that's later. Detective Brandon. This guy? He'll send me? Maybe this was earlier? I don't know. I feel like I would already would have been able to check warp space then earlier. I don't know. I just don't know if I'm supposed to have it. Do you think I'm supposed to have the bank thing yet? I'm sorry if you don't know. I appreciate them. We could just do this real quick. Maybe this will be it. Oh, okay. Okay. For some reason, I thought you were talking about the warp space passcode for some reason. That's what I meant. This one too, though. I don't know. Bizarre. Let me just go look around a bit. Got myself mixed up. Oh, really? This is the answer? What the?
And I always hate answers to things for shit that have long since disappeared. So apparently to get into her safety bank, you just like go through her address book and then the fucking bank teller's face. Like his phone here is the like bank code. Why would you tie the fucking... You see this guy like once there. It's kind of bullshit, but... And then it has memo call. I mean, I noticed this earlier. I thought it was odd, but like... Is this really like how you would hide a pin to a fucking bank thing? Like just his face in your memo log? I guess, man. I would never guess that because you never want to go look through that again. Every time you go there, it's like a waste. You just think at this point in the game, the climax, she would be hiding stuff probably in more interesting spots, like the numbers in her apartment. This is not the first thing I think. But I already forgot what it was. 1856. I don't know, it was like 40 something. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, 21. Just odd, man.
Object scanned into database.
I guess he's always the teller there too, but whatever. I guess that's more gamey. If he was here every time, it'd be fine, but if you came back from like a break on this game for a day or two, this guy never appears again, so you wouldn't even like link him to the bank, really. The longer you are away from it. Alright, whatever. I mean, compared to some of the shit in this, I guess it's not the worst, but it's still pretty special. You're a little mad at the parascientific. Why mad? The puzzle's hard, or? Then I doubt you're mad at the writing, right? That's just funny. Simian Technologies. I assume Simian would be her then, because she's got the monkey down there. Drama shit. You hate this drama. Sounds like pretentious. Burman 4. I feel like that puzzle we just did right there, maybe in any other game you would be able to solve without thinking too hard about it. But because it's this game and the shit you've seen at this point, you're just assuming at this point, it's probably under some insane shit and you're not even willing to give it the time of day. Like there's at least a line of reasoning on this one. Even if it's a little...
Weapon 3.
A little out there, it still works.
Berman 1.
Whoa. Jesus Lord. Wow, match game.
but really unfun because it's giant barcodes. They're like, how can we make this suck as much as humanly possible? Oh, you have to do them in threes as well. That's good. I'm just gonna try to find the third one to this, and then we'll slowly go through the rest. Oh, am I looking for a single match? Oh yeah, must be, because there's 16 here. Oh, great. That was really fun.
Downloading to WAC database.
That was really entertaining, dude. Liked it a lot. I can't read this shit. Are you kidding me, dude? I mean, they did say it was downloaded to the database. Vigo Hamon.
Look, Lou, I can prove I'm not guilty if you just help me out. I need you to run a check on this guy named Vigo Haman.
Come on, Quinlan, okay? I got 5 years till retirement, all right? I got 2 kids in college. I got an enlarged prostate. Why should I go out on a limb for you?
It'll only take 20 seconds. Look, I know that good police work is a forgotten art, but you're my only hope that it's not completely dead.
I don't need to run a computer check on this, Haman. I know who he is. I know who he is.
Tell me about Vigo Haman.
Huh. He's a made man in the Soho mob. He deals in smart drugs, pirated sea space codes, you know, a lot of dirty stuff. But we haven't been able to nail him.
Where can I find this guy, Haman?
A joint called Cafe de Champ. You ever hear of it?
Duchamp, yeah, no, I've heard of it. I've been there a few times. What's he look like? Maybe I've seen him.
Big guy, got a beard, kind of swarthy.
Sits in the back, heavy accent.
That's him.
Okay, now it makes sense. I was like, what the fuck? This guy has been like a nothing character. I mean, he's acted well enough. He's cool, but
I've been reading your clips in the Herald.
like to just have him randomly help here. Unexpected. And finally, man. I've been waiting. To talk to the man himself.
I'm Jay Quinlan from the Herald. Your name, Haman?
Mr. Quinlan. I know your work well. Please, join me. Now, let me tell you how you fucked me, and how I'm going to fuck you. Tea? Once upon a time, you wrote a piece about an acquaintance of mine named Schultz. You remember that particular story?
Well, I read a lot of stories.
Ah, but this one was special. Schultz, the sausage stuffer, you have such a way with words, Mr. Schultz was a meat packer who had the ingenious idea of using the discarded intestines of various and sundry bovines to transport, shall we say, illicit pharmaceuticals.
And you knew the man?
Dear Mr. Quinlan, Schultz was a meat packer, a butcher, a bovine himself. I own Mr. Schultz. When your story revealed exactly how bad sausage was for the health of the citizenry, Mr. Schultz was out of business. I was out of business! And you followed for 3 months while I considered my options.
Is this a bad time because I can always come back?
Absolutely not. Now for the fun part. This is where I get to tell you how I'm going to fuck you.
Will there be actual fucking involved?
Very amusing, Mr. Quinlan, but I don't think you understand. You see, I own you now. Instead of killing you, I decided that I should rather own a reporter. That way I might better avoid future, shall we say, disadvantageous publicity.
Own me? What'd you have in that teacup, anyway?
Well, for all intents and purposes, your ass, my boy. You couldn't do anything
so bad.
if you wanted to. Now let me ask you something. How well do you know Mr. Dodds?
Ben Dodds? What's he have to do with this?
It was a dark and stormy night, Mr. Quinlan. A young woman was sobbing before the desk of her father. The father was the city's most respected editor, one Benjamin Dodds. The woman should have been shedding tears of joy. She had just won national acclaim for a brilliant expose on the city's fledgling mayor. Eventually it led to his expulsion. But on that particular evening she was crying because her father had just discovered that her story was based on research that never took place. Sources that didn't exist.
You're lying.
On the contrary, Ben Dodds is the liar. In fact, worse, you see, he managed to hush the whole affair. Not a word of retraction or correction ever saw the light of day. Not even when the ex-mayor subsequently killed himself.
What?
A story that the Herald did run. Now, how do you think the world would react, Mr. Quinlan, should it be discovered that the respected Ben Dodds, held by his peers as the paradigm of journalistic integrity, had actually perpetrated an untrue story that resulted in a man's death, and did so as an act of nepotism?
Then I guess we have an understanding. I won't print anything about you. For now.
The dialogue's so bad, and they just went off on this huge, like, separate conspiracy thing. It's a shame you could barely hear it, though, man. The fucking mixing was so bad on this guy. It's fine that he's finally fucking here. I almost thought I was wrong about him being in the game. But goddamn, you could barely hear the motherfucker talk. Oh, they reset all my volumes. That's good, too.
Do you know Burton?
Should I know the man?
Burton's a woman. You knew that.
This guy's too good.
I've been in Berman's well at Pan Financial. I've seen the documents. I know you own Berman.
Very well. I own Berman. I'm an enterprising man.
What was the name of the monkey in the bed next to you when Burton was treating you?
How much do you want, Mr. Quinn?
I want information, not money. I know that you and Burton have something cooking. I want to know what she's selling to you, and what she's doing with the money.
I suggest you take the money, Mr. Quinn. If you know as much as you say you do, then you are a threat. And I shall have to kill you.
I've got a better killer than you stalking me. I'm gonna nail the Ripper. Nothing else matters.
The Ripper? Is that what this is about? That is nasty business even by my standards. Very well. Dr. Burton supplies me with empathic death resonances that I then duplicate and sell on the black market at immense profit. As for the money I pay her, I couldn't care less what she does with it.
Death resonances.
It's not exactly a female Marcus will. Good day, Mr. Quinlan.
One more thing. Whatever became of Schultz?
Suffice it to say that I should avoid this establishment's hot.
What did he say? Man, they really fucked up the audio mixing on this whole deal. I mean, maybe because they got the table and shit, that they had the boom and all the mic too far away or something. They couldn't get it like right there. I mean, the businessman here. I mean, his dialogue was funny. I mean, he just opens up saying he's gonna fuck him. It's just funny coming from him. Man, most of it was inaudible. Crazy black market businessman and all that. Now am I gonna get like a PA message?
Said he got like death resins or something from her that he'd sell. I don't know how that worked. I barely understand what he said. I guess we could confront Dobbs. He was more or less getting blackmailed through us here.
Do you know a Vigo Haman?
He's a player with the mob. Supposed to be affiliated with the Andolina family, but the word on the street is that he freelances.
Vigo Haman says he's got some dirt on your daughter. Is it true?
What did he tell you?
Something about her running a bad story, and you covering up for her.
No, his daughter.
It's not true, is it, Ben?
She was my daughter, Quinlan.
Jesus, Ben. I've got this story. If I run it, he's gonna go public. What are you gonna do?
Run the damn thing. The hell with it.
Yeah. Based.
Watch your back, Quinlan. The closer you...
Base guy, man. He doesn't care if it gets out. Let it be known. He's gonna take the fall for his daughter's bullshit, man. Anything else for me to do? There, I mean, there's the warp, but I don't even know. I could use a drink. I'm just gonna check and see what we got. Cause I need to make a save in case we do have to pick from endings or something. Yeah, this is so odd. This is what go to link, but talk to Gambit knows when to go to see Haman at Watford. Brandon will send you to Haman. Talk to Gambit Nelson when you're there. Can I already do that? Oh, can't even go in further. I think the guide's just wrong about that. You can talk to him beforehand. Apparently the password just warped though. Odd. Just odd. He probably said that because I think he said warp games or whatever the fuck it was, and that's what I was wondering. Because we only got access to it after that conversation, and the only thing he said was the company name, and I didn't catch it exactly.
Weapon 2.
I guess you're just supposed to have like heard it and wrote it down.
Warp space.
I mean, at least you could just try warp right here though. Morpher, multiplayer VR adventure, 2023. Source code access list. Blade Man. Holmes, Watson, Sir Duke, Beefeater, Jack Rip. Legal log on. Team close take offline due to fatality. Am I supposed to remember some of their account names? That ain't gonna happen. Doing with that. What am I even getting from this? That it? Okay. No idea. Maybe it's time to check in with the girlfriend again. I was hoping we get some kind of PA message. And we opened her safe. I went and talked to all these people. There has to be something. Surely at this point we could talk to her about. I assume her getting to Max is going to be close to the finale. Make sure I make a lot of saves. Alright, Paul. What are we cooking with, Mom? I'm gonna grab a drink real quick. Take 2 seconds. Well, not 2, but pretty quick.
Don't lose faith, Quinlan. We're making real progress, and we're getting close to that picture of the Ripper.
Alright. Actually, I am going to make a quick call. Won't take long. And then we'll continue. about that. A bit longer of a process than I thought. I was just gonna leave a voicemail, but there's actually somebody who answered. Then I think I got a spam call mid call there. Well, hopefully they manage. It's just the apartment. It's like right now 4 a.m. I mean, it's not. It feels fine, but I mean, it's not getting less than like mid 70s right now in the apartment, and I have it set to like mid 60s. And it's 4 a.m. and I mean that's fine. Those temps are fine, but the problem is when I get to daytime. Oh, I got a voicemail. One sec. Somehow somebody like must have ass-dialed me and left like an empty voicemail at the same time I was calling someone. Odd. Maybe it was the front office or something. Anyways, yeah. The problem is it gets to be in the like 80s or 90s inside the apartment. Despite me setting the everything pretty low. I just hope this time they actually can do something. Don't know, we'll see. Maybe these are just really old AC units, but shit cost a lot last month, so it's pretty much not turned off for the last few weeks. I'd rather find out. We'll see. Not like it cost me anything. Okay, let's get in there. Sorry about that. I'm sure everybody's really invested in my AC stuff. Wow, she has nothing, dude. Nothing at all. All that info. Just uninteresting to her. Wow. I thought for sure she'd have something. You can't even just rationalize. I mean, it's like you'd think if you're gonna spark her memory at all, talking about something within the games or whatever, or within the game's not the best way to put it. The safe, because the safe had to do with the game. But. All right, let's go talk to Burton. Well, she has to have something. This is literally about her fucking simian research. I would be fucking shocked if she did. Alright.
I want to know more about this secret lab of yours.
Haven't we been through this?
Not all of it. I've been digging through some Pan financial accounts. Do Simian Industries or Berman Limited mean anything to you?
Been talking to your editor, have you? What did Mr. Dodds tell you?
Dodds? I mean, what's he got to do with this?
Dodds didn't tell you? Wow, an honest reporter, that's a first. I went to Pan Financial for research funding. They gave me a grant, but it came with a price. My research involved translating brain images directly into audio and video output. The bank wanted me to create a program that would allow them to implant subliminal messages into targeted brains while they were interfacing with cyberspace. I started thinking that with a few minor adjustments, there were other things the program could do to a human brain. Other things that it could make a person do.
Like make them blow up?
Maybe. That's just one more reason I'm going to shut down this whole operation.
Are you working with the cops?
Pan Financial owns the cops. Your editor's going to break the story in the Herald. What really worries me is that I think someone broke into my research well a few months ago and may have stolen my notes.
Well, you think the Ripper did it?
I hope not. If he used my notes to construct his murder weapon, I'm as guilty as he is.
Mm-hmm.
Not now.
Quinlan, it's Cable. Something's come together in Catherine's mind. The image of the Ripper's become clearer. Get over here, fast. We're about to learn who our Ripper is.
Paul Giamatti's really excited, man. Yeah, I'm excited too for the credits. I'm really looking forward to it. I mean, it's bad, but there are redeeming moments. We'll dig into it at the end, but it's not been like Zelda's Adventure or anything. I don't think this is gonna hit the Hall of Fame of so big, but it's got its moments. Be right back. One of the manager ladies came all the way down here to ask me what the problem was. I was like, man, I already got a hold of somebody, but I guess it's somebody in Florida who gets a hold of her. I was like, it's like 4 a.m. Like, I was like, you didn't have to come all the way out here. Felt bad, man. I mean, she's real nice, but it's like, it's 4 a.m. She looked like she just got rolled out at 4 a.m. on a, I mean, maybe she was just getting up for work today, but I just want to leave a goddamn voicemail, man. I need to get the online stuff figured out so I can send an online one in the future. I don't need managers coming up my fucking porch. One sec, I gotta throw a few things. And she did try calling me, so that was what that number was. I thought it was spam at the same time. Sorry, this is all very interesting. I'm sure we could move as we go here, right? My bad. This game's a fucking whatever, anyways, man. I could sit here and fucking watch paint dry, and it'd probably be interesting sometimes.
Oh man, we got big problems. We lost the image. We almost had it and the screen went
Of
static.
course.
It's off the monitor, it's out of memory, it's probably gone forever. Burton's decked into the net, I can't reach her. Something's seriously wrong, Quinlan.
It's gotta be the Ripper, he's making his move.
I am making my move. Oh, don't be so surprised. You're in a room full of computers. Only 3 victims remain. And you, Quinlan, I hadn't planned upon killing you. But Mr. Nosy's gonna find out what it's really like to be on the inside. Return to where you began. The library. The Ripper book. Remove it from the shelf and dig in. The stage is set. The roles are cast for the next game of Ripper. Let the mystery begin.
Okay.
Return to where you began. The library. The Ripper book. Remove it from the shelf and dig in.
I forgot to save. I think I saved earlier though. One sec. Oh god. Oh god. I got the fucking blue oyster, man. Gonna have to mute the VODs on that. Awesome. I'm glad we got a puzzle to the blue oyster shit too. I'm just gonna mute the game on that one. Let me pull this out. Part of the puzzle, hell yeah. I just want to make a save beforehand. Right, where is this? I don't know where this is. It said restore previously aborted game. I'll give you guys audio. Oh my god, this game, man. Get me out of here, dude. This is fucking ancient, dude. What the fuck?
classy. Is the one? I made one very recently, I'm pretty sure. I hope it didn't restore something that was like super fucking old, man. And it like overrides your saves or some shit, like some save state. Okay, I think this is it. Oh my god, dude. Let me get some alternate music going up. God, the fucking, of course, the fucking Don't Fear the Reaper. Like, I mean, is it just Don't Fear the Reaper because it sounds like Ripper did? Like, is that the only reason they use that? Don't feed the ace. Yep, the cowbell. I mean, I could let it play, and then there'd just be no VOD audio, but I'd rather just have VOD audio. I'll just play my own music over it. If it's just during the fucking credit. Or the final puzzle. I hope it's not during the credit.
Oh man, we got big problems. We lost the image. We almost had it and the screen went static. It's off the monitor, it's out of memory, it's probably gone forever. Burton's decked into the net, I can't reach her. Something's seriously wrong, Quinlan.
It's gotta be the Ripper, he's making his move.
The song's part of the puzzle?
Making my move.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna have to turn up the desktop audio then. My VOD audio.
You're in a room full of computers. Only 3 victims remain. And you, Quinlan. I hadn't planned upon killing you. But Mr. Nosy's gonna find out what it's really like to be on the inside. Return to where you began. The library. The Ripper book. Remove it from the shelf and dig in. The stage is set. The roles are cast for the next game of Ripper. Let the mystery begin.
Okay, VOD audio is going off. Sorry, VOD watchers, but I'll need the fucking Don't Fear the Reaper cranking over the background of the stream here. I guess it's not off yet. I'll leave it on for now. As soon as the fucking music starts though. We can reset the volume too, it's pretty loud. I'll turn it down.
Fuck! I found myself in Hamilton Wofford's virtual white chapel, and all my playmates were there, somewhere in the shadowy alleys and the fog, before they lurked. The problem was, I had only one shot. Wofford said something about having my fortune told.
Who's that? Is that the Ripper? So this fucking song's actually part of the puzzle, really? Never fear, take juicy root. There you go. Okay. Vault audio is turned off. Live experience only. Get this really low quality sample. Yeah, no, that's totally fine. I mean, I'd rather just get through this. What's the answer? I don't give a fuck about this. I don't need any. I mean, like, it's fine to have this live, but I'd rather not even bother with that. Is it Seasons Don't Fear the... Yeah, I hear Seasons. I hear Reaper. Fear? I can't even see these. It's just the lyrics. That's what I figure. Is this Fear? I can barely tell. Wind. Wind. Sun. Rain. Okay. Yeah, just for a fucking puzzle. Alright, VOD audio's back on. VOD watchers, yeah, absolute. They spent all their money on walking the other celebrities and Blue Oyster Cult. I'm sure they'll use in the credits too.
That's the last piece of the puzzle. Now I can take a shot at the Ripper.
I'm a doctor, not a killer.
Don't lose your head, kid. I ain't your killer.
Jake, the Ripper pulled me here from my coma.
I'm a cop.
I'm a cop. Oh, epic.
Don't shoot.
Magneto's the one you want.
Why are you looking?
Fuck you. I'm gonna have to reload.
I was born to tear lives to shreds. I am the Ripper. You will be ripped.
Is it wrong? Did I not shoot the heart? Hopefully you don't have to actually hit the heart. He's dead, Jim. Gotta do that puzzle again. I wanted it to be her. I don't even care, man.
Return to where you began.
Which one was Fear again? I think it was this one. Seasons, Reaper, Wind, Sun. It would have been so cool if it was his girlfriend instead of all of them, but instead it has to be this modular. It could be anybody where they just put a couple breadcrumbs that I guess are supposed to tip you off.
That's the last piece of the puzzle. Now I can take a shot at the Ripper.
I'm a doctor, not a killer.
Don't lose your head, kid. I ain't your killer.
I mean, it's probably him.
Jake, the Ripper pulled me here from my coma.
I mean, it would have been so much better if it was his girlfriend, because he's trying to help her the whole time. That would be so much better for the story. That's his argument. I'm a cop. Oh, get over it.
Don't shoot.
Magneto's the one you want.
I was born to tear lives to shreds.
So that wasn't it either. Who is it?
Return to where you began. The library.
I mean, she's got a good, means to do. The thing is, like, so many people act against their own best interest if they're the Ripper and this shit, that it doesn't even really fucking matter. You can poke so many fucking holes in it. Fucking don't fear the Reaper puzzles so bad, man. Is it that I'm not hitting them in the heart? Or if that's a problem.
That's the last piece of the puzzle. Now I can take a shot at the Ripper.
That doesn't matter.
I'm a doctor, not a killer.
I'm a doctor, goddammit.
Don't lose your head, kid. I ain't your killer.
Jake, the Ripper pulled me here from my coma.
It would have been so much better for this story if it was her.
I'm a cop.
I'm a kid.
Don't shoot.
Is he gonna be walking, man? Just because he's a mean guy? I don't know. So it was her. Or is
You
it?
really put a job on her. I couldn't have done it better myself. One must protect oneself.
Walker said his weapon would destroy Whitechapel along with the Ripper.
Jesus. Alright. Like we just talked to her
And
like
so
2
unlike the
seconds
first
ago.
Ripper, this one didn't get away with it. Burton's cool professionalism couldn't hide the icy rage of a sociopath. Her clinical interest in the human
Icy
mind
rage of a
transformed into
sociopath.
something warped and deadly. I'm certain that in Burton's mind, the killings had a logic. But I didn't feel up to pondering the motives of a mad woman. Not today, anyhow.
That was it, dude. That's it. Fuck multi-ending bullshit like this, man. Because it's like you do the whole thing, and you get like a fucking 2-second reel where they just talk about it. I got the VOD muted again. Do we even really need to have this playing, live or not? We're gonna have it like a 1%. What a shit ending, man. They have all this fancy shit going on in the fucking London area. But like, for what, man? You just throw it at the person you think's right, and you get like a 5-second ending because they just swap them out. I wonder how much even changes before this in the last act to try to give you more clues. I don't know, man. I would have just been cooler if it was just the girlfriend. Clues or not, I just picked her because I thought that'd be the most fun, but like they have you going for these other three, she's leading you into thinking it's possibly them and all that, and then it ends up just being her. She has like a good motive. She has the ability to like interface with the computers from her coma. She could have put herself in like a coma and give herself like an alibi. That would have been cute. Instead, it's just like, oh, it's one of the assholes, right? Who talk about wanting to kill people all the time. Alright, we about done with the fucking Blue Oyster bullshit, man? It's good, man, but it's not that good, alright? We don't need to fucking play it. They gotta really get their money's worth out of it. Turn back on the VOD audio here. I mean, my voice is still on the VODs, but
Yeah. Anyways, we'll talk about the game here in a minute. Glad we're done. Sound Planet. Whatever Sound Planet is. I think this is one of Take-Two's like first games, It was interesting. Jesus, the credits, man. They just keep going. I'm just gonna mute him. I don't think they got anything else coming. Alright. Anyways, guys. So that was Ripper. I mean, was it a good game? I would say no. Does it have good things in it? I would say yeah. They're definitely more ironically enjoyed, like the performances. There's probably a few actually good things in this, but overall it was pretty unpleasant. I would say. Oh man, as it's so bad it's good game. It fits, but it's threadbare, and if I would ever recommend this as a game for somebody else's enjoyment as a so bad it's good game, yeah, I would say just have a guide to show you the whole way, or go watch the cutscenes. I don't usually do that. I'm not much for guides if I can help it, but this was just, the gameplay was just atrocious. I guess, yeah, I think it just sucks. It's just, I mean, we could break into it. So, I mean, the good was, in an ironic way, the performances, a lot of them really bad. Christopher Walken was really bad. It was very funny, because it was bad, and the dialogue was really silly. Okay, yeah, there was nothing there. So that was interesting, I guess. There's a lot of interesting stars, so if you know, like, your, you know, some of your 90s celebrities or something, right, or earlier, there's some performances there to enjoy. Like Giamatti is there, Walken was there, Henry Davies is there. I guess if you care about, what's her name? Carrie Allen? I don't remember her fucking, Allen's her last name. But it's like, really, those are fun, but you are stuck behind almost 20 plus hours if you're really trying to solve the puzzles. And then even then, I got fucking lifelines for most of them. It's just mind-numbing. I mean, the speed of the game, right? Not just the plot. The actual fucking moving speed is unreal how slow it is. It's not immersive. It feels like it's there to just be these like bull shots where they're just supposed to be like bragging about how cool their graphics are and stuff. It's got that like slow moving check our graphics kind of vibe out, and not a realistic, you know, he's moving through places on a mission. So they could have cut the animations down in half. They could have just let you skip them after the first viewing. That would have been totally fine. But the amount of arbitrary flags that need to be raised by just talking to random people in certain orders that let you go view other things is just compounded. Like how bad that is just, I would say that is point and click standard, but it turns into so much more of a nightmare because of how fucking slow it is. If you could skip the walking cutscenes, we probably would have finished it in like 8 hours. This shit, I feel like doubled the length of the game. It just means you're not going to go, sometimes you might not want to go talk to people because you know how long it's going to take to get there, so you're going to go for other leads first. And if everything was really logical and it made sense and you went everywhere with a pretty good purpose, it wouldn't be as big a deal. But yeah, the slowness of it, the puzzles are just, you usually have so little just boundaries there. It's so, there's like red herrings everywhere, so many ways to interpret every fucking puzzle. And then the real answers for like half of these are just like, just these very vague, just threadbare interpretations of what you're seeing on the screen, or of certain information, like with her diary, you know, that you need to pull like certain numbers out of a journal, but it has to be a certain paragraph, and then like certain words are inconsistent, like the word first it counts as 1 instead of just literally saying 1. 2 nickels counted as 5 and 5 instead of 2 and 5, and just I mean, you wouldn't even count nickels anyways, right? And how would you know to go to the third paragraph? And there's just like so many weird things stacked up that you have to just guess or assume or make some kind of trial and error leap of faith, that it turns into like literally that trial and error until you stumble upon whatever the fucking wacko puzzle master's like goal was or answer for the puzzle, and it's just very, very bad. So that, the slowness of that, how unrewarding they are, even I would say half of them were easy and you didn't have to think that hard about them. The actual pathfinding to like find the next thread in the world wasn't too horrible. It usually is just the puzzles and the information comprehension you have to do. But just that, how slow and unsatisfying those are and how they're just kind of like shoved in, coupled with the slow movement. It's a fucking nightmarishly boring game sometimes. However, it's also because most people probably played it from CD directly back because HDs were small. Maybe. This game, you did have to swap discs almost every fucking new area you went to. There'd be times in this last bit where we were swapping discs, I mean, quite literally every time we went somewhere. So, that back then you'd even have to do that, right? Which, I mean, that was more standard. A lot of games had that, but heck, didn't Myst have that? You had to slap discs in all the time. We don't have to do that anymore, but I couldn't imagine it being even slower. Yeah, so on top of that, you know, the game ends up with a pretty weak ending. I mean, sometimes the thriller moments where they have like the bugs popping up and they're telling you like what's happening and you're learning little bits of how maybe this could have happened. Like some of it's maybe interesting. There's some intrigue there. Some of the little thriller bits are cute. I think the world is an interesting kind of like macabre horror like cyberpunk thing going on, like especially the VR, and I think some of that looks interesting, but it just can't get by on the presentation. Like, it's just not strong enough. I think the modular ending thing is not good here. I think it can be good. There's games with multi-endings that are great, like Silent Hill or something, right? This is not one of them. He just says, oh, I got the killer. And then, like, that's it. We don't see him with his girlfriend. We don't see him, the people who were innocent. We don't see her get killed or anything. It's just, I mean, that was it. Yeah, maybe, but I don't know. You could skip the dialogue for the talking, so I don't know. I mean, that's got a lot of audio attached to it. Man, I'm not sure. I don't know. I feel like they just were huffing their own farts or something, man. I wanted to show off their sick environments and have it feel like really cinematic, because that was one of the goals for this game. Is it was supposed to be some big blending of big cinema and games, the next step in video games. But I'm sure they thought, you know, the immersion level was a big deal, and that just walking slowly, a guy's walking at like this while he's looking around like that in slow motion was really immersive, and it's not. Like, it feels like kind of a huff in their own farts kind of deal, but maybe you're right. Either way, if you're gonna have it be that hell mode, it probably is not a good idea. You should do something that works with the tech better, because that was not worth whatever kind of cinematic quality it was supposed to give it. I feel like maybe going for something more just narrative focused, less point and click, probably would have been good at that point. You only see the areas a few times. Maybe just choose your own adventure type of thing. Like, I feel like the adventure game parts in this, when you're running around needing to talk to people, are like okay. They do try to limit where you can go, but the actual puzzly stuff is just, it felt almost tacked on. And I mean, I'm not one to say let's have less gameplay, but I mean, really. Like, if you want like a point and click with detective shit, with modular elements to it, different guilty people, and like different endings and stuff that's done pretty well, go play Blade Runner instead. It takes a huge dump on this, and I don't even think it's like the best point and click or anything, but it absolutely takes a massive dump on this. It feels way more cinematic because it actually owns its zones and they feel like you're a part of them because, you know, you get to move through them at an okay pace and they're dense, and this sucks compared to that. I don't know when Blade Runner came out compared to this, but yeah. Anyways, there's funny moments. Like I said, I think it is so bad it's good at times. I don't think it was wrong on that front. But it's just held back by too much shit. If you want to play this for the laugh, get a guide or just watch the cutscenes online. Or watch playthrough and skip shit. Watch my playthrough and skip it. I like most of it. Just not good puzzles. I'm all for super difficult puzzles. I'm more than willing to just sit for a whole stream. I've done it and just solve a puzzle. I don't care if I don't see it. At some point I will. If I think it's fun and I think it's within, it's being somewhat fair, right? You know, I'm totally down. Right? You know, or maybe it's purposely vague, but it's consistent. You know, what level of vagueness there is. You have like a certain trust. Like La Milana, I keep quoting La Milana as that kind of thing, right? I mean, I spent like whole stream solving some Baba puzzles, right? I mean, you know what to expect, and it's fun to do those. These just felt like they were just kind of bullshit, and that was kind of the whole deal. Some of them were super easy, like I said. Some of them had their own little made-up rules you had to figure out on the fly. That's not a bad thing. They had production value. Just took a few tries to do it. I mean, some had bad, like the chess game was fucked at times because of the visual problems with it, but I mean, you do figure out the rules. Those kinds of things are fine because you have, you know, a framework, and the player can experiment and learn how to do it and then solve the puzzle. When it's just information based, oh well, I think a house looks like a fucking like line with the another line going through it, and there's information that only plays once when you walk into a room, and you'd have to like leave the whole thing to hear it again. And then on top of that, there's just like assumptions about like where you would start on certain like dials, and that it has to be numbers, or like we were talking about before, like you have to start. There's just a lot of like things that if you don't give the player a little something, even if it's vague, they're going to go for the more logical, rational thing first, and then by the time they get to your fucking answer, it's been like a long time. Like these are solvable, you could say. I mean, of course, they have some level of madman sense making, but they're far from satisfying, and not for this game either. There's a reason this game fucking probably ate shit, dude. Yeah, exactly, Lassie. I mean, there's an art to it, man. That's great if you figured it out over, you know, a 10-week period with your buddies back in the day or something, but like, that's not, I mean, like I said, some of these shit was like, I've seen less complicated stuff in like ARGs, which are supposed to be massive community effort. Like, you've got to have some, I mean, there's good puzzles and there's bad puzzles, but how difficult they are, how vague they are, it's not some gaming elitism like shit going on with this game. It's not like nobody's ever talking about how amazing Ripper is as this crazy puzzle game. It makes you think, and it's so difficult, right? They're silly. There's very little, very threadbare logic to take you through some of these, and the point is it slows it down. It slows down the experience, which is already shaky because of the modular story. See, with a modular story, everybody has to look evenly guilty. You can't put little twists in within the first 2/3 or whatever where you can maybe catch that it is one of them. Because you know that it's randomized in the last act or whatever, everything before that is just like fluff. It's just more for the sake of it, like experimenting and just seeing what the characters are. But when you get to the end, it's either going to be really obvious, or they're going to put in like a bunch of like silly like cues, or the stuff in the beginning doesn't make sense if they were the killer because they're going against stuff that they should be doing. So it's one of those, like, you think about it for too long most motives, or are they just stupid, these people, or something? Like they just fall apart, so you just don't even care, and it's just like, yeah, it works for Clue, and Clue's also a comedy on top of that, right? Like, I mean, you're not watching Clue and you're like super gung-ho about the mystery part of it, right? It's supposed to do this, where it's like giving you an air of mystery, and then it kind of gives you like a fun ending. It's not as much made to be solved, I feel like, right? In this, it's like, you know, that last act's supposed to have things in it, but there's so much up to that point. And it'd just be more exciting if they had a more well thought out twist, like the girlfriend was the Ripper, and then they worked everything into it. The big red herring was all these evil people who look like they really, you know, would be the Ripper, but then it's not, and then there's a good reason for it, and they almost had that. It was an option, but it's randomized, so you don't get to pick that. Instead, you just get, it's fucking Harry Allen or whatever her fucking name is, and mine. And if I play it again, we'll get a different killer or some shit, and it's like okay. I mean, if they at least had their own ending, their big send-off, you know, why they do it, you know, oh, this is them actually crazy, you know, they're letting the guys fall off, then that'd be fine. But just because, I mean, they tell you in the manual that it is randomized, so like, you knowing that, it hurts a lot of the feeling of the mystery, because it's just more gamey. You just see it where it's more transparent. So overall, it's so bad it's good. At times, but it's also, it rides the line with just so bad it's bad. Not gonna go down in the Hall of Fame for sure. I'm not gonna put it to vote because I don't think we're gonna do any extensions. We're gonna try to get as much as we can, and if I want to do a little more, I will. But yeah, it'll be that. So yeah, as a so bad it's good game, it's there. I mean, I laughed. The John Rhys Davies shit was funny. Oh, also, I didn't mention that. The sound balancing, the sound design is not very good. Every puzzle has like annoying beeping in it. For how fucking annoying and overkill and pointlessly complex some of these puzzles are, just to be silly, to have these annoying sound effects going the entire time sucks. The music has such short loops, and they always have some part in the music that stands out, so it gets really fucking grating. Like the Tong 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 song in the fucking, you know, police department. It feels more ambient than fine. I don't think the songs are probably bad if you only heard them a couple times, but Jesus, dude. Once again, compounded with the movement, with the puzzles, it was turned the music into absolute just fucking grating shit. Oh boy, Blue Oyster Cult was in it. Who cares? Yeah, exactly. I mean, that was the big thing in this, right? Is they had Blue Oyster Cult and they had big actors, and you could tell they put probably some time into the visuals. They sure look at them often enough, but after that, I would fucking, I mean, I don't know if anybody tested these puzzles, man. I don't know if they had like no QA on the puzzles, on the movement. I mean, it wasn't like it, I mean, other than the acting, it's not like what we were seeing at this point was like that groundbreaking, right? Like, I don't know. Just odd. Yeah, so the sound, not good. What else was anything else big? Yeah, so it's a so bad it's a good game. I could barely recommend it as one. You'd have to be digging deep, and I would recommend just busting through everything. It depends on how much you think old celebrity shit is funny in game. As a game itself, it's not good. Just objectively, I just don't think. It's got some moments, but you're not gonna get an interesting murder mystery. It's maybe a piece of video game history, sorta. I mean, it is an interesting thing seeing this many celebrities and what somebody thought was going to be groundbreaking at the time, but I think for the most part it was just considered shit and forgotten for a lot of people from what I'd read, but I haven't read that much. So. just as a game itself, it's not a fun puzzle game. There's so many puzzle games you play that are better than this. So many adventure games. Yeah, but I would say this one's been the shittiest of the event so far in both fields, but it did have I did get some laughs out of it. What time is it? 9:30. I almost want to start something just to wash the taste of this out of my mouth, but I kind of want to go to bed early too. For the walking memes, yeah, and I could see that. Tetris. Well, another shitty game for the event, of course. Although Tetris is great, man. Not well received back in the days by the critics, yeah. Or that. I'm not gonna start other The question is, do I do Urban Runner right now or get started on it, or just do that tomorrow and then swap to something else? Sadly not, Ripper. We could do that short VN that I have. That hour-long VN. I'm sure that's really good. What was the name of that one? I don't even remember. Let me find it here. I just kind of found that on the fly. Yeah, sadly not. I mean, it had some funny moments. The celebrity shit was funny. Not very good. We're just finishing up the discussion on it. It was Death Room. Yeah, maybe we can do Death Room. That's an hour long. Let me get that set up here. This is a itch.io VN. Don't think it's got any sexual shit. Shouldn't.